In this video, I'm going to show you how you can beat Kieran for Ogerpon. This is the part where he has 6 Pokemon on his team, and you're literally fighting outside of Ogerpon's kind of like den. So that's the part of the game where we are right now. And Kieran's first Pokemon, at least in my case, you might get all of these 6 Pokemon, but in a different order from me, I assume, if it works anything like the base game did. But the first Pokemon that he sent out with me was Shiftry, which is a grass dark type Pokemon. It has low defense as well as low special defense, but a high attack and high special attack. It has a ton of weaknesses. It's weak to fire, ice, fighting, poison, flying, fairy, but it's got a 4 times weakness to bug attack. So if your Pokemon a little bit lower level, a bug move will probably take out this Pokemon very easily. It doesn't have to be physical or special. It doesn't matter whether it is a physical or special attack. It will still kill this Pokemon super easily because its defense and special defense are both very weak at the same level. The next Pokemon that Kieran sent out to me was Yanmega. Now, Yanmega is a bug flying type. It has incredibly low special defense. It attacks mainly with its special attacks. I recommend using a special move on it because it will work the best. It actually has a 4 times weakness to rock type attacks. So if you use something rock based, you are going to do a ton of damage. It is also weak, however, to fire, electric, ice, and flying type moves. If you use any of those in a special attack format, it should be a nice one-shot for this Pokemon. Kieran's next Pokemon for me was a Gliscor. Now, Gliscor is actually a pretty good Pokemon in general. It has a ground and flying typing. It has incredibly high defense. And it has a good attack and a fairly okay speed as well. Its special defense is a lot lower than its physical defense, so using a special type move will help you the most here. It's got a weakness to water, but it's got a 4 times weakness to an ice move. If you had to use a physical ice move, like something like an ice beam or something, you will take out Kieran quite easily. You'll notice there is a bit of a theme that most of Kieran's Pokemon are actually weak to ice type attacks in general. So I recommend bringing an ice type Pokemon in this battle if you're planning now. The next Pokemon Kieran sent out to me was Probopass. Jeez. The next Pokemon that Kieran sent out to me was Probopass, and Probopass is a rock steel type Pokemon. It has incredibly high defense as well as special defense. It is a really tough Pokemon. It's got weaknesses to water, but even with all those defenses, it has a 4 times weakness to fighting type moves, as well as a 4 times weakness to ground type moves. I recommend something with an Earthquake, maybe even a close combat or 2 should take out Probopass really easily. If not, expect it to survive at least 1 or 2 moves that you shoot onto it. The next Pokemon Kieran sent out to me was Dipplin. Dipplin is a grass dragon type Pokemon with a very good defense, a very decent special attack. Its special defense is on the lower end and its speed is very slow, so you're most likely to go before this Pokemon. I recommend using a special attack here. If you have ice, like I said, like a nice ice beam or something, you'll do 4 times damage and probably instantly kill this Pokemon right off the bat. It does also have a weakness to poison moves, flying, bug, dragon, and fairy type moves, as you can see on the screen. Kieran's final Pokemon was Poliwrath for me, and it is a water fighting type Pokemon. In general, it's got really well-rounded stats. It's got a low special attack. Its defense and special defense are quite good, so it doesn't really matter which attack you use on it. Special attacks would probably perform a little bit better, but it's so minimal that you won't even notice it. It's got a weakness to electric, grass, flying, psychic, and fairy type moves. Now, of these 6 Pokemon, 4 of them actually have a weakness to flying, so maybe you should consider bringing a flying type move as well. But in general, I think fairy, ground, ice, bug, and flying type moves, maybe even psychic as well, could be a nice well-rounded team to take on Kieran's team without having any issues. Especially if your Pokemon aren't level 100 like all of mine, because I've played this game like a lot. Some of you might still be playing with level 60 or 70 Pokemon, and this fight will be quite rough for you without that high level. So I hope these strategies and weaknesses pointed out on these different Pokemon helps you win your battles, and thank you so much for watching this video.